Hey there, food lovers! Let's talk about salmon. It's not just tasty, it's also super good for you. Salmon is packed with protein, which is great for building strong muscles. It's also full of omega-3 fatty acids, and these are good for your heart and brain. Plus, salmon is versatile. You can cook it in so many ways. Even beginners can make a delicious salmon dish. With a few simple tips, you'll be cooking like a pro in no time. So, are you ready to learn how to cook perfect salmon? Let's dive in! Choosing the right salmon is key to a great meal. First, look at the color. Fresh salmon should be bright pink or orange. Avoid salmon that looks dull or has dark spots. The flesh should be firm and bounce back when pressed. Fresh salmon shouldn't smell fishy. It should have a mild, ocean-like scent. You can get whole fillets or pre-cut portions. Whole fillets are great for feeding a crowd, and pre-cut portions are perfect for individual servings. Look for salmon with the skin on. It helps keep the fish moist while cooking. Wild-caught salmon has a richer flavor and color, but it can be more expensive. Farm-raised salmon is more affordable and available year-round. Frozen salmon can be just as good as fresh, since it's often frozen right after being caught. When you're ready to cook, thaw it in the refrigerator overnight. Now that you've got your salmon, it's time to prep it. Start by rinsing the fillet under cold water and then pat it dry with paper towels. If there are any pin bones, remove them with clean tweezers. Seasoning is important for tasty salmon. Keep it simple at first. Salt and pepper are all you need. For extra flavor, add some lemon zest or fresh herbs like dill and parsley. You can also use a spice rub. Just mix your favorite spices and pat them onto the fish. Marinating salmon can add lots of flavor, but don't marinate for too long. Aim for 15 to 30 minutes. A simple marinade could be olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic. Before cooking, let your salmon come to room temperature for about 15 minutes. If you're pan frying or grilling, pat the skin dry again. This will help it get crispy. If you're baking, you can leave it as is. Now you're ready to start cooking your perfectly prepped salmon. Section 4. Mastering different cooking methods. Let's start with grilling salmon. Preheat your grill to medium-high heat. Oil the grates to prevent sticking. Place the salmon skin side down on the grill. Cook for about 4 to 6 minutes, then flip and cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Baking salmon is easy and foolproof. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius. Place the salmon on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. Pan frying gives salmon a crispy skin. Heat some oil in a non-stick pan over medium-high heat. Place the salmon skin side down in the pan. Cook for about 4 minutes until the skin is crispy. Then flip and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Each method has its advantages. Grilling adds smoky flavor. Baking is hands-off, and pan frying is quick. Try all 3 methods to see which you like best. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques and seasonings. Soon, you'll be making restaurant-quality salmon dishes in your own kitchen. So go ahead, pick up some salmon, and start cooking. Section 5. Essential tips for perfectly cooked salmon. Timing is crucial when cooking salmon. Overcooked salmon is dry and tough. A good rule of thumb is to cook salmon for 10 minutes per inch of thickness. Use a timer to keep track. It's better to check early than to overcook your fish. Temperature is another key factor. For baking, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius is a good temperature. If you're grilling or pan frying, medium-high heat works well. How do you know when salmon is done? The salmon should change from translucent to opaque and flake easily with a fork. You can also use a meat thermometer. The internal temperature should reach 145 degrees Fahrenheit, 63 degrees Celsius. Don't forget to let your salmon rest after cooking. Cover it loosely with foil and let it sit for 5 minutes. This step makes a big difference in the final texture. Be gentle when handling cooked salmon. Use a wide spatula to transfer it to plates. Now you're ready to enjoy your perfectly cooked salmon. Section 6. Serving suggestions and final thoughts. Now that you've cooked your perfect salmon, let's talk about serving it. Salmon pairs well with many sides. For a light meal, serve it with a fresh salad. Mixed greens, cucumber, and cherry tomatoes work great. You could also go for roasted vegetables like asparagus, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts. Don't forget about starches. Rice is a classic side for salmon. Try brown rice for extra nutrition. Quinoa is another healthy option. For a more indulgent meal, serve salmon with creamy mashed potatoes. Sauces can take your salmon to the next level. A simple lemon butter sauce is always delicious. For a tangy option, try a yogurt dill sauce. Mix Greek yogurt with chopped dill, lemon juice, and a pinch of salt. Teriyaki sauce works well if you want an Asian-inspired dish. I hope this guide has inspired you to try cooking salmon at home. Remember, cooking is all about practice and having fun. So go ahead, pick up some salmon and start cooking. Your taste buds will thank you.